Hello and welcome. Hi, I'm Grace Wilson, author and coach. This is my three-part strategy for co-parenting and custody battles with a narcissist. I'm the author of several books available on Amazon, and I'm happy to share with you how I established a game plan that included peace and peace of mind in my strategy. So I'm the author of Co-Parenting with a Narcissist, 7 Self-Rules to Stay Sane, How to Fight a Narcissist in Family Court and Win, Super Smart Strategies for Success, and How to Survive a Custody Battle with a Narcissist. That will be available on Amazon soon. You'll see my third book here, Some Narcissists also have dual diagnosis. So if you feel like you're dealing with a sociopath or someone with a mixed diagnosis, check out my Co-Parenting with a Sociopath Survival and Sanity Guide. So I'm here to tell you that the narcissistic co-parent can be navigated. Narcissists can be nasty. They can be especially difficult when they're triggered, angry, or lacking narcissistic supply. So it's essential to have a plan in place for dealing with whatever comes your way. The gray rock method, being as boring as a gray rock, doesn't always work. And further, it doesn't work for everything. This means we have to put our own strategies in place for dealing with the narcissist. We need a plan because we have to navigate the narcissist. This is self-work that we have to do to get strategic. As the author of several books on dealing with a narcissistic co-parent, I have been offering my tips, tools, and strategies to my readers. After the dust settled in my high-conflict custody case, I analyzed it. I looked at where I went right and where I went wrong. When I pulled back the camera on this saga to get an overall higher perspective, I saw that there are 3 separate categories that I had to make sure were covered in a battle with a narcissist. Each one of these categories is like a foundational pillar, important and crucial. Without one of them being solid and implemented, the others are just not enough when dealing with someone so manipulative. Even if we aren't in a custody battle yet, it is critical that we still have these 3 pillars in place to protect ourselves and our children from the fallouts of family court. Further, getting these in place can dampen or lessen the co-parenting hostility. Please note that I'm not a legal professional nor a family court professional, and what I am is a mom who's been through the ringer, as they say, and has watched other moms go through similar scenarios in my private coaching practice. It's important to know that this information is from my experience and not based on any laws or rules of the court. So please use common sense and your own attorney to see if these tips can be helpful in your custody case. A 3-part strategy for dealing with narcissists as co-parents. Here is my 3-part strategy for addressing co-parenting and custody battles with a narcissist. Number 1, have a solid defense. No, I don't mean be defensive. I mean have a defense. A narcissist will attack weaknesses. So, we need to address our shortcomings and clean them up so they can't be used against us. We have to have a solid defense in place. It has to operate and be actively working. Documenting things as you go can help your case and keep you current on the issues. For example, documenting the narcissist's no-shows, tardies, invitations he received to events, and the like. There's a more complete list at the end of this video. Having this documentation handy can help deflect an attack. We have to have shields, boundaries, and buffers when dealing with a master manipulator. It's also important to follow the agreement or court order exactly as it is written as part of you defending yourself. This includes having a good family law attorney at your side. If you don't have self-protection in place, then you can be even more vulnerable. If you can't afford an attorney, you can consult with one for free or paid to at least have legal guidance. If you are without counsel, without a law degree, and family court trial experience, then you need someone who has this expertise. As a solid defense, this includes understanding how to talk to a narcissist, how to be mature and wise and skilled in dealing with a disordered person. You learn to only talk about the child and not engage or get drawn into arguments. You find ways to stay focused and self-disciplined. Your defense includes simple, brief, bland communication so that nothing you say or write or text or email can be used against you. This is a skill you can cultivate, and you can learn different communication techniques. Check out my video, Co-Parenting Communication with a Narcissist, Creating Peace for Yourself and Your Child. Further, a defense includes getting help for any narcissistic abuse you have suffered so that you are stable, together, solid, less emotional, less triggered, and feeling fully supported. Having a therapist, domestic violence counselor, and other sources of support can help you maintain your sanity with all of the narcissist craziness. Here are some examples of a solid defense that I used. You can borrow or brainstorm your own as needed. Have, create, and maintain boundaries. I call these self-rules, and you'll find that in the orange book, Co-Parenting with a Narcissist, 7 Self-Rules to Stay Sane. Document all calls to dad from the child to show that you allowed contact. Document all visitation allowed or granted. Document all invitations to dad and his no-shows. Document all notices to dad regarding health, school, activities. Now notice I'm saying dad because mostly I help moms who deal with narcissistic dads, but if it's the other way around, just substitute. Document all notices to dad regarding these health, school, and activities that relate to the child. Follow the agreement or court order exactly as it's written. No deviation. Don't get pulled into the weeds. Don't engage in arguments via in-person text, email, or by phone. Follow all laws, rules, and court orders. Document all extra parenting time and responsibilities that you pick up. Find a good therapist for the child who cannot be manipulated. This offers a good buffer. Find a good counselor, coach, and therapist who understands narcissistic abuse to guide you through your healing process. Ask for child exchanges to take place at the YMCA, supervised, or the local police station. Have a friend or family member at all child exchanges as a witness. Don't talk about your life to the narcissist or tell your child private things that can be relayed to the narcissist. Be proactive in getting a lawyer and or legal consultation. So that is number 1. Have a solid defense. And that's the question. How are you going to defend yourself from lies? Think about that. Number 2, establish a planned offense. Even if you are not in a custody battle with a narcissist now, I'm sorry to say you may be in the future. We have to plan for this and find leverage that can be used against the narcissist. Leverage can be all kinds of things. Many of these cases in family court because narcissists can never be happy with an agreement. Sometimes having significant leverage can stop a custody battle from continuing. Sometimes simply retaining a good lawyer can ward off the narcissist's games. It can definitely be a position of power to have a hired attorney at your side advising you and ready for any filings the narcissist does in family court. We have to be careful of thinking thoughts that procrastinate, like, we will get an attorney when we need it. We can be more proactive and plan when we are facing a narcissist. Even legal consultations can help you figure out an offense. You can ask about your rights and what you need to be doing and documenting in your case. Not all cases are the same, but there are some similarities. A lawyer who is experienced in family law can advise you on actions to take and things not to do, like parental alienation, or PA. You can pick up my Get the Right Lawyer guide if you want the 20-question worksheet to fill out and maximize those attorney interviews. You can get a lot of your legal questions answered using my guide. Look for the link below. Here are some examples of a planned offense. Don't procrastinate on things like legal consultations and advice. Meet with or retain a competent family law attorney who knows your courts and the judge well. List the leverage you see. What matters to the narcissist? Document all the narcissist noncompliance with the agreement, court order, and put it in categories. Document all of the misparenting time. Have a background check done looking for criminal records or DUIs. Save all his nasty messages in a folder for evidence. Do not reply with hostility. Keep track of his employment history and sales of assets for leverage. Have background checks done on his parents, siblings, and housemates. That is number 2. Have and establish a planned offense. Number 3. This is my favorite. Be a great mom. This is when we get to be involved in our kids' childhood and make it happy. What would a great mom do? That's the question we ask ourselves instead of what will the narcissist do next? By doing this, we step out of fear and out of the narcissist's complaints, criticism, condemnation, put downs. We step into fun with our child. We make sure we lower and alleviate the stress to be fully emotionally present to our children. We bond with our kids, loving and laughing, making time for that. We don't allow the narcissist to rob us of our parenting time's precious gift. We lead by example and do our healing programs, whether that be therapy, ACOA, which is Adult Children of Alcoholics, 12-Step Anonymous Program, CODA, which is Codependence Anonymous, Al-Anon, another 12-step program for friends and family of alcoholics, or other healing programs. Because as we do our healing, we help our kids. This strategy includes doing extra parenting classes on our own and obtaining those certificates to furnish to the courts. We don't do things that can go against us. For example, we avoid drugs and alcohol. We engage in things that show our dedication and commitment to our children, like taking our children to sports or extracurricular activities. We are mindful and cautious of not involving a significant other with our parenting, as this has been shown to trigger narcissist pathological jealousy. Basically, we put our self-care as number 1, and then being a great mom as number 2. Our priorities line up with that of a mom who loves, cares, takes responsibility, is wise, capable, and competent. For years, I chose to be a single mom over finding a live-in partner or a new significant relationship. This benefit in my case is there was no partner to attack in family court. Sure, dating was something I enjoyed, but I kept it separate and took my time getting to know a potential partner. Here are some other ideas, but ultimately, it's up to you to define what kind of mom you would like to be. Sign kids up for activities and sports and pay without complaint, or without waiting for the narcissist to pay. Pay for the extras. Get kids to school on time and daily. Get kids medical attention and necessary vaccinations, etc. Voluntarily take some parenting classes at the local family resource center. Get our children into therapy or therapists to deal with the trauma. Set aside time for fun, bonding, games, and laughter. Set aside other relationships to prioritize our relationship with our child. Join the school parent-teacher group. This can help with witnesses and testimony later. Find work that you love and enjoy doing, but doesn't add more stress. Live more simply. Simplify your life. Cut out the clutter and distractions. Make plans for your parenting time for outings. Attend church or inspirational talks and workshops, or take some spiritual retreats. Attend local meetings and or support groups. Get a coach who focuses on your goals and dreams, or get a therapist to start your healing process from narcissistic abuse. As you can see, there are so many things we can be doing with our energy besides engaging with a narcissist and trying to fix them, make them better, or understand us. We can simply move on with our lives and leave the narcissist to the narcissist. Oftentimes, the moms I coach are so beaten down and bogged down with the narcissist's drama that they can't see straight, and they get sidetracked in what matters. What matters is self-preservation, self-protection, and child safety. What matters is our emotional, mental, and physical health. What matters is our child's mental, emotional, and physical health. These have to be our main priorities. And like they say on the airplane, you have to put your oxygen mask on first to be able to help the person and the passenger next to you. Now, here's a bonus strategy. That was number 3. And I call it just be a great mom. Be the great mom that you are. But here's my bonus. Have a non-legal strategy. To save on legal fees, create a when I talk to my lawyer list. By consolidating the problems that a narcissistic parent presents in co-parenting, we can save money. I call this my non-legal strategy as I don't always want to use lawyers and the law. I have a personal plan of accumulating the narcissist's bad behavior on my labeled lists. It also preserves my energy and my lawyer's energy for the high conflict that often goes with narcissistic co-parents. So many times I lost so much energy on the little things that the narcissist did or didn't do that I had no energy for the big issues. I learned that when I focused on the little things, I wore myself out and looked crazy. Instead, I list the little things, and I always ask myself, how important is this? It's a question that helps me right-size my problems. I'm cautious not to make mountains out of molehills, as they say. And this means I often reason things out with someone who's an expert and not emotionally involved in my case. Having an outside view that is not attached to an outcome can be so beneficial to seeing our predicament more objectively. Moving on, going forward after the narcissist. As we live out our best lives, meet goals, chase dreams, our happiness becomes our gift to our children. We show them how to be happy by being happy ourselves. While it's important to grieve the losses of family and relationships, it's equally important to move on and be resilient. We lead by example, and often this means going first. It's a sign of strength and not weakness to get help. As we are helped, our children become helped too. When I coach moms, depending on their situation, we craft a 3-part plan that safeguards against parental alienation and contempts of court. By reasoning it out with legal counsel, we work to ensure that all the things we do would be considered reasonable to a judge. Also, we just don't document everything. We document strategically the things that matter so as to not waste our precious energy. We get organized and we simplify. Then we have the energy for self-care and enjoying our child's and children's one and only childhood. We focus on what matters and let the rest go. Letting go becomes a practice and a skill, just as ignoring a narcissist and the small things does. What do we let go of? First, the narcissist. We do this by breaking trauma bonds and healing. You can look for my How to Break Trauma Bond video, 200 different ways. Then we learn to stand in our truth and let go of the narcissist's ongoing tactics of abuse. We let go of his attacks, complaints, manipulations, lies, maneuvers, problems, drama, negativity. You can look for my co-parenting abuse list of all the different ways, be able to name it, label it, call it out, let it lose its power it has over you by knowing what is being done. By healing and getting support, we step out of being emotionally triggered and feeling abused and into our power of being a victor instead of a victim. We overcome things and don't step in any traps. We keep and maintain our boundaries. We find psychological buffers for our children and put them in place. We ask for and get help for this because we know it's complicated and difficult. We acknowledge that we are human and learn from our mistakes as moms. Basically, we become the one healthy parent our child needs that can make all the difference. We learn to make amends to ourselves and our children by doing things go better going forward. If you need help designing your own blend of this three-part strategy, please schedule a call with me. I'm happy to help you map out a way to peace. As we learn, we have to do right for ourselves after being so wronged by the narcissist and maybe even the family courts. We can get peace as a reward for doing the right thing. We have to let it begin with us. We also have to be the one who establishes peaceful conditions because the narcissist can't. Even though the narcissist can't change, we can learn and we can change. The truth is that when one person gets better in this situation, everyone benefits, especially the children we love. I encourage you to empower yourself with a strategy that has 3 pillars in place. This can prevent more problems and give you a sense of agency over your parenting and case. Feel free to think outside the box and come up with your own solutions and even more pillars to lean on for structure when dealing with a narcissist. Know that knowledge is power. We can make a situation better using wisdom. This is Grace Rolson, author and strategy coach for moms. And if you don't know who I am, welcome to my work. I help motivated mothers who are forced to co-parent with a narcissist maintain their sanity, save their custody cases, and enjoy their children's one and only childhood. I do this by teaching my 3-part strategy and using what I call skillful means. I share my tips, tools, and success strategies. I help moms get stable and be smart. It's not just truth, but wisdom applied that sets us fully free from the narcissist. Moms who work with me get the benefit of having more peaceful conditions and watching their children thrive from all the buffers and boundaries they put in place. I know this is painful, challenging, difficult, hard, and confusing. It's downright crazy-making experience to try to co-parent with a narcissist. I get it. I was there too. It pushed all my buttons, but it pushed me to grow. I came out stronger than before. So please know that you're not alone and you don't have to do this alone. I got help. Actually, I sought out lots of help and support for dealing with co-parenting with a narcissist in a high conflict custody battle. My scheduler link will be down below. So that was my 3-part guide. Hi, if you don't know my work, my background is dealing with loving an alcoholic. And you are welcome to check out all my books available on Amazon. I often give words of wisdom out to my Facebook group. And this one is, don't let his disorder make you the disordered and disorganized parent. Get organized. And that's what this 3-part approach does. It helps you think in terms of what pillars and structure can I put in place for myself to really have some sense of support and guidance on what is it I need to be doing when I'm dealing with this. This is the first book in my series. It's available on Amazon. It's available in print, Kindle, and Audible if you prefer to listen. So you can pick that up and start listening to my survivor wisdom. It's pretty valuable stuff, and it makes you feel and help you feel so you're not so alone in this. If you want my wisdom infused into you, you can watch my 11 video Navigate the Narcissist Co-Parenting video course. And in 6 weeks, if you do 2 videos a week, this can really help transform your mindset. And you can really find some solutions for your sanity and surviving this endeavor that the family courts force us to do, or if you're not in the family court that you know you have to do and you're trying to stay out of the family court. So whatever your strategy is. There are some more videos if you want to grab this one, how to communicate with a narcissist using skillful means. These are my 11 super helpful tips. Another video is legal strategies that I used in a family court battle with a narcissist. There are 20 legal strategies for surviving a high conflict custody battle. And my other video is 5 factors that can make a narcissist stop. So if you're dealing with a narcissistic co-parent and co-parenting abuse, there are some things that you can do that may make it stop. These took a while for me to implement and to make the narcissist that I was dealing with stop. But it's a relief to not be on the attack. And I teach about what the target of blame is for a narcissist and how to turn that and spin that and deflect. If you want one-on-one support with me, you're welcome to book a strategy call or support call. The link will be provided below with all of my other resources. So keep learning, healing, and growing. Thanks for watching. Give this video a like. Feel free to share this. And give this also to anyone you know that's dealing with a really difficult situation, co-parenting situation. So if you are ready to learn, I am ready to teach. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.